say the role that Louise and I are doing today is where we've pushed the boundaries. I think it's a fairly unusual situation having two women as joint MDs. Time and time again, clients say to us, how does that work? But it does work, and I think being a woman is key to that, because there's no ego and there's a real appreciation for the other person's strengths. I think what motivated us is we absolutely wanted to have a successful career, we wanted to build something that we could be proud of, and we wanted to have a family at the same time. So by being joint MDs, it's allowed us to do that successfully.
I recall 10 years ago, 2006, actually over 10 years ago, we got a call from my close family in Hong Kong, and they had asked me to attend a wedding. I of course said yes, and at the same time, at that time, I had actually resigned from my job. So at that time, I literally thought, why don't I move out to Hong Kong? Let's start something new, see something new. I was young then, I was free to do what I wanted to do. So I packed my bags, attended the wedding, and I moved out here with not knowing the language well. Cantonese wasn't my first language, didn't know anybody here. I took the risk. But that being said, it was one of the best decisions I've made so far.
Well, my parents would probably say that I was bullied lots of times when I was younger. But I suppose in relation to work, I would have organised a lot of seminars. Running seminars, it's a passion of mine. So we would have been the first to organise seminars for the Cork City Marathon. And what motivated me in terms of that was just a general interest and wanting to be around, I suppose, like-minded people who share that interest. So
I think for me, a time where I had to really dig deep and find a lot of resilience was when I was studying part-time. So I was working as well as raising a young family, and I think that it was a huge commitment, and there were certainly days where I felt that I was juggling an enormous amount of pressure. But I think it's important to set yourself a goal and be really clear about what it is that you want to achieve, and stay focused and really look to work towards that goal. And I think now that I have completed my studies, and that went on for a period of sort of 3 years, that I can now reflect on that time and be really proud of what I've achieved.
So a time when I pushed the boundaries was deciding to return to work after a 5-year career break. I had spent 5 years at home with the kids, so it was a massive decision to decide to return after such a lengthy break. I really wanted to get the work-life balance right, but I knew I was ready for a change. So I really just had to consider my next career move, as well as just organising my family life at home. I suppose ambition kicked in, and I set the plan in place, and with a lot of support from key people in my life, I'm delighted to say that after returning to work over 3 years ago, I am now Associate Director with Morgan McKinlay. So I can honestly say that I'm in a great place and I have the right balance between work and family life.
A time when I've pushed boundaries, I'd say, would be definitely a career change that happened for me about 6 years ago. So I have had a very creative background. So I was a makeup artist for MAC, and I'd travelled the world and done London Fashion Week, Australian Fashion Week, and seen some amazing things and worked in a very high pressured environment. But I sort of got to a point where I wasn't enjoying working every weekend and, essentially having a really poor annual income, and really wanted to maximise the sales opportunity that I saw whilst doing something that I was really passionate about. So I sort of feel that when I first got into recruitment, that teed up a few different things for me and really kind of challenged me and allowed me to push some boundaries. And after 6 years, I'm pleased to say that I'm still loving recruitment, and particularly Morgan McKinlay.